Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's good to be with you today. You know, we talk a lot about the importance of prayer, and rightly so. It's the lifeline of our faith, our direct line to the divine. But sometimes, despite our best intentions, our prayers can feel ineffective, like they're not quite reaching the mark. Today, I want to delve into this a bit, and I want to do so in a way that I hope resonates with you. Perhaps echoing the wisdom of a great thinker like C.S. Lewis, who had a remarkable way of illuminating profound truths with simple, clear language. We're going to talk about 5 common pitfalls, 5 mistakes we might inadvertently make when we approach God in prayer. And more importantly, we'll explore how to avoid them, how to pray the right way. So let's dive in. The first mistake, and it's a subtle one, but a significant one, is this: treating prayer like a shopping list. Now, don't misunderstand me. God absolutely cares about our needs and our desires. He invites us to bring everything to Him. But when prayer becomes primarily a recitation of demands, a list of things we want God to do for us, we miss the point entirely. Lewis, I think, would remind us that prayer is not about manipulating God into granting our wishes. It's about entering into a relationship with the ultimate reality. It's about aligning our will with His, not the other way around. Think of it this way. When you speak to someone you deeply love and respect, is your entire conversation a list of things you want them to do for you? Of course not. You want to connect, to listen, to understand. So, instead of just presenting a shopping list, let's approach God with a spirit of communion. Share your needs, yes, but also share your heart. Express gratitude. Seek His guidance. Listen for His whisper in the quiet. Prayer is a dialogue, not a monologue of demands. The second mistake we can fall into is this: praying without expectation. It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Why pray if you don't expect anything? But sometimes we go through the motions. We say the words, but deep down we doubt. We think, well, I'll pray, but I don't really expect anything to change. Lewis, in his writings, often spoke about the reality of the spiritual realm, the power of God. To pray without expectation is, in a sense, to deny that power. It's like sending a letter without believing there's anyone at the address to receive it. Now, expectation doesn't mean demanding a specific outcome. It means believing that God hears you, that He is capable, and that He is good. It's trusting that He is working, even when we don't see it immediately. It's having faith in the one to whom you are speaking. Let your expectation be rooted in the character of God, not in your ability to manufacture a desired result. The third mistake, and this one is a trap many of us fall into, is focusing solely on ourselves. Our lives are, understandably, the center of our universe. Our problems, our hopes, our fears are very real to us. But when our prayers are exclusively about me, myself, and I, we become spiritually myopic. Lewis often pointed to the interconnectedness of things, the reality of a world far larger than our individual experiences. Prayer, in its fullest sense, is not just about our own needs. It's about participating in God's work in the world. Think about the Lord's Prayer. It begins with "Our Father," not "My Father." It includes petitions for God's kingdom to come, for His will to be done on earth as it is in heaven, for the needs of others. Let your prayer expand beyond the confines of your own life. Pray for others, for their healing, for their struggles, for their growth. Pray for the world, for peace, for justice. When you pray for others, something beautiful happens within you as well. Your perspective shifts, and you become a channel for God's love and grace. The fourth mistake, and this is a subtle but important one, is rushing or being distracted. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to squeeze prayer into the margins, to mumble a few words while we're doing something else, or to rush through it just to check it off a list. But prayer requires presence. It requires focus. Lewis, I imagine, would emphasize the importance of setting aside dedicated time, of creating space for genuine connection. If you were meeting with the King of the universe, would you be scrolling through your phone or thinking about your grocery list? Of course not. You would be fully present. Now, I understand life is busy, but even 5 minutes of focused, intentional prayer is more valuable than an hour of distracted recitation. Find a quiet place, even if it's just in your own mind. Silence the noise of the world and the noise within. Be still and know that He is God. This stillness, this intentional focus, is crucial for hearing His voice and truly connecting with Him. And finally, the fifth mistake, and perhaps the most fundamental, is praying without humility. This one underpins many of the others. When we approach God with arrogance, with a sense of entitlement, or as if we know best, we are not truly praying. We are, in a sense, telling God what we think He should do. Lewis understood the vastness and mystery of God. True prayer flows from a place of humility, from an acknowledgement of our dependence on Him. It's recognizing that He is God and we are not. Humility in prayer means being open to God's will, even when it's different from our own. It means trusting His wisdom, even when we don't understand His ways. It means approaching Him with reverence and awe, not as a demanding child, but as a beloved, yet dependent creation. When we pray with humility, we open ourselves to receiving God's grace and guidance in ways we never could otherwise. So, there you have it. 5 common mistakes we can make in prayer. Treating it like a shopping list, praying without expectation, focusing solely on ourselves, rushing or being distracted, and praying without humility. Avoiding these pitfalls isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about cultivating a deeper, more authentic relationship with God through prayer. Lewis, I believe, would encourage us to see prayer not as a chore or a magic formula, but as an invitation to encounter the divine, to align ourselves with His purposes, and to experience the transformative power of His presence. So, as you go about your week, I encourage you to reflect on your own prayer life. Are you making any of these mistakes? And if so, how can you shift your approach? Start small. Maybe dedicate a few minutes each day to focused, humble prayer. Expand your prayers to include others. Cultivate an attitude of expectation, trusting in God's goodness. Remember, God delights in your prayers. He longs to connect with you. And when we pray the right way, with sincerity, humility, and expectation, we open ourselves to a deeper, richer experience of His love and His power in our lives. Thank you for joining me today. If this resonated with you, please give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more conversations like this. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What are your biggest challenges in prayer? What helps you pray the right way? Until next time, may your prayers be a source of strength, peace, and deep connection with the one who loves you beyond measure. God bless.